And the African Development Bank has unveiled a strategic roadmap of projects and programs to assist African countries in tackling the nutrition and food security aspects of the COVID-19 crisis, though through a raft of immediate and longer-term measures. The Feed Africa response to COVID-19, FARC, paves the way for a comprehensive intervention to build resilience, sustainability, and regional self-sufficiency in Africa's food systems and help farmers cope with coronavirus-related disruptions to the agricultural value chain. A report released alongside the roadmap recommends immediate, short, and medium-term solutions for the agriculture sector, including support of food delivery for the most vulnerable, stabilization of food prices, optimization of food processing, extension support services, and provision of key agricultural inputs through smart subsidies. According to the report, the bank will prioritize policy support to enhance movement in inputs and food, to establish food security task force in countries, and to strengthen the capacity of regional organizations to monitor multi-country initiatives. FARC forms one part of the bank's COVID-19 response facility of up to $10 billion. The CRF is the bank's primary channel to deploy financial and technical measures to cushion African economies and livelihoods against the health, social, and economic impacts of the pandemic. And on the commodities market space, our focus is on cotton. International cotton prices are expected to decrease in real terms as world cotton demand remains under pressure from systemic fibers, notably polyester. Let's put this in perspective with Aisat Dahoud, one of the research analysts with Financial Derivatives Company. Hello, Aisat. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Chi.
Now, the 2018-2019 global cotton demand was 26 million tons and is expected to contract by about 10.6% in 2019-2020 planting season. Now, major consuming countries like China, India, Pakistan have been affected by the coronavirus infection. What do you think will be the impact of the supply chain disruptions to the global output and price of cotton?
Cotton is a cash crop majorly consumed in China. So restricted movements in the global supply chain for commodity, from movement of commodity from one place to another, restricted movement in order to curb further spread of coronavirus have caused supply chain to be restricted to only essential commodities. So the impact of this restriction or this disruption in supply chain would be profound on essential items like food, more than it would be on cotton. So there is this impact. The impact of this explains the decline in cotton consumption. That's the 10% decline from that to about 23 million tons in the cotton demand. So this significant decline can result to supply glut. And if there's supply glut, so, okay, now this planting season, this 2019-2020 planting season, cotton demand is expected to drop, and then the supply is expected to increase by 1.3%. So this difference is, when the supply is more than the demand, is going to put a downward pressure on prices. And thankfully, the cotton as a commodity itself, the price increased significantly in previous season. That's 2018-2019. Increase in price of about 9% counterfeited this price variation that is caused by the pandemic effect. So currently, cotton is trading at $1.5 per kg, and this is expected to remain stable over time as the economic begins to ease.
Indian producer of cotton has a yield per hectare of about 494 kg, while Nigeria, who remains a fringe player, has woeful yield of 190 kg per hectare. What do you think Nigeria can do to improve its yield per hectare in the short and long run?
Yield per hectare is a function of arable land, quality seedlings, the type of fertilizers we use, the cultivation practice. Cotton, importantly, the aridity of the land used to cultivate cotton and the quality of the seed are the two key significant things that can optimize the yield per hectare for any country. A decade ago, India was also a fringe player, just like Nigeria currently is. And, you know, if we use, or if Nigerian farmers should grow from being subsistent, from practicing subsistent farming to commercialized mechanized farming of cotton, I tell you, we can optimize and grow our yield per hectare also, just like the way India has grown theirs over the decade. And but like I remember back in the days, cotton used to be among the commodities that earned Nigeria significant foreign exchange. It used to contribute about 25% to the real GDP, but now it contributes less than 5%. This is the time for us to call on investors, to call on people. Let us rebuild, and rebound our cotton industry in Nigeria.
Okay,
Let's
I said.
optimize.
All right, I said. Now, there is a strong correlation between favorable weather conditions and cotton output. In particular, cotton production is very sensitive to drought. Many leading producers have suffered from drought-related shortages in Nigeria. The acute arid condition has led to, of course, herdsmen migrating away from the cotton-producing basin in the far north. What can be done now to help reduce these arid conditions in these areas and, by implication, improve the yield per hectare of cotton in Nigeria?
Just like I mentioned earlier, to optimize our yield per hectare, we need arable land. We need the land, the aridity level of the land needs to be at a certain stage, and the quality of the seedlings needs to be of so much quality that it can withstand insect infestations that affects the cotton cultivation. So, coupled with the best agricultural practice, we can optimize this. Like I can tell you, we have 264 dams, irrigation dams in Nigeria. Drought has caused low agricultural productivity. We need to utilize these dams that we have in order to manage the water system in the country to be sustainable. We need to formulate policies, and that's drought policies and the devastation policies that can help us sustain our water resources, such that rain-fed agricultural commodities like cotton can be well optimized, and then we get very sustainable yield that will make Nigeria to begin to play like it used to play in the international markets back in the days, and then we'll grow our economy.
All right, thank you very much for sharing those insights there with us. Aisat Dahoud, one of the research analysts with Financial Derivatives Company. And with that, we draw the curtain on today's edition of the program. Thank you for being part of it. I'm Chimizi Obi Iwago.